Hi, Fee Tui Win here, and welcome back to another segment of Tea with Fee. In this episode, I want to share with you a personal experience that occurred in my life recently and allowing that experience to help us further understand what was shared in last week's Tea with Fee about the importance of ingesting the apple representing the things we want in our lives, the qualities we want to experience in our moments, and how ingesting that apple makes it our experiences, it becomes experiential reality versus keeping it in the realm of the mind where it doesn't serve us as much. And so if you haven't watched last week's Tea with Fee, please go back and watch it, as it will serve as a great foundation to further understand what will be shared in this week's episode. And also, if you haven't made yourself your favorite mug of tea, pause the video, go make your tea, come back, snuggle up and relax, and allow us about 5 more minutes to continue this exploration together. I was talking to a friend recently, and in the conversation, he said that he thought I still had walls up. And when he said that, I'm like, I don't think so. I just have a difference of opinion in terms of what was being shared. Because in my life, my practice is that I want to live a very open, very transparent life. Now, that doesn't mean I go around and share everything to everyone, because there's a quality of discernment that's also very important in the practice as well. But I took what he said to heart, and using the SIR method of yoga and influence, which I've created, I went in within myself to see if there were in fact walls that were still up that I'm not aware of. And as a matter of fact, there were walls that were still up inside of me. And these walls have been erected by me to protect me because of the certain experiences that I've lived in my life. And of course, also the conditionings that have been put there by other people that I've brought into myself. And as these walls were coming up in my awareness, I saw that they also rubbed against the truth of who I am and the quality of life that I want to live for myself. At heart, I'm very much a gypsy, very childlike, very open, very giddy at times, very light. And that's how I want my life to be lived and the moments in my life to be experienced. And so as these walls showed up, and understanding and realized the nature of how they've been there to protect me, they also now no longer serve me where I want to be in my life and how I want to live. So again, using the SIR method of yoga and influence, I was able to release those walls and drop into a place of such spaciousness, such peace, such pleasure and lightness that resonates so deeply for what's important to me in my life right now. I could have handled what he said in a number of ways. Another way I could have handled it was to keep it in my head and in my mind, argue with him as to why I really don't have walls. Look at the way I'm living my life. That's where knowledge is. I could have used that as a piece of knowledge to argue against, to justify against, and not have it support and nurture me in the way I want to live and align myself to my truth, which is the quality of lightness and ease and spaciousness that I want in my life. Or I could have stuffed what he said down and go and do actions to prove that he was wrong, that I don't live with walls in my life, which would have been a reaction and a very unconscious reaction that could have had very negative and negative consequences in my life. And so by bringing what he said into my experience and releasing things that no longer serve me and dropping into that state of peace and clarity and calm for myself and delight, I was able to send him a message and say, thank you so much for saying what you said, because I see that there was truth in it and I've been able to release it. And to share that gratitude is another quality that's important in my journey, regardless of what happens from there, right? And so, the path of descent is so important to release what's no longer needed so that you live in alignment with who you are, not the conditions that others have